The alley behind the bustling city cafe was dimly lit, shadows stretching across cracked brick walls and scattered trash bins. The air smelled faintly of smoke and old rain, a place most people hurried past without a second glance. Among the shadows stood Lily, a young woman with a tattered coat and calloused hands, her face streaked with dirt and exhaustion. She had learned long ago that the world rarely noticed those who struggled. And she had grown used to fading into the background, a man in a tailored jacket. His expression sharp and impatient blocked her path. He was the type who measured people by appearances, not by the weight they carried unseen. "Get lost," he snapped, his tone cold, dismissive, as if she were nothing more than an inconvenience in his day. Lily didn't flinch. She straightened slightly, her eyes steady, her hands trembling beneath her coat. Slowly, she extended her palms toward him. What lay there was nothing he could have expected. In her hands were dozens of neatly folded envelopes, each carefully labeled and stacked. They weren't cash, but they were treasures in their own right, letters of hope, handwritten messages of encouragement, small tokens she had gathered over months to help the children at the local shelter she visited in secret. She had spent years collecting, writing, and quietly distributing them, knowing that kindness often went unseen. The man froze. His impatience, his arrogance, and his irritation evaporated in an instant. Slowly, he sank to his knees, overwhelmed by the realization that this young woman, who appeared so vulnerable and poor in his eyes, carried a generosity that dwarfed his own life of comfort. The weight of her selflessness and courage struck him in a way no scolding, no rebuke, could have ever achieved. If you believe that true kindness is often hidden, that compassion can arrive from the most unexpected places. Take a moment now to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. These are the stories that remind us to look beyond appearances and honor the quiet heroes among us. Lily's life had never been easy. She had grown up in a neighborhood where struggle was a daily companion, where survival required patience, ingenuity, and a heart willing to give even when there was nothing to give. While others chased fleeting pleasures, she had found purpose in helping those forgotten by society, in lifting spirits quietly, without expectation of praise. That day, her small act of courage, the envelopes in her hands, became a revelation. The man who had dismissed her, like so many others, could no longer pretend he understood her world. He realized that strength is not measured in wealth or power, but in the willingness to act with empathy, even when no one is watching. As Lily walked past him, keeping her gaze steady and her back straight, the city felt a little smaller, the world a little brighter. She had not sought recognition, and yet she had reminded someone who had everything that true richness comes not from what we accumulate, but from what we share. Sometimes the quietest souls carry the heaviest gifts. Sometimes the most overlooked people possess the power to awaken humility and reverence in others. Lily's story is one of those moments, a reminder that acts of selfless kindness, no matter how small, can leave echoes strong enough to humble even the proudest hearts. So, the next time you meet someone who seems ordinary, tired, or unnoticed, remember Lily. Remember that courage and compassion are often hidden in plain sight, and that one small gesture can change the course of someone's day or even their life.